You have Ehlers-Danlos and you've been thinking about starting exercise, you're curious about strength training, or you want to get back to doing exercise again, then maybe this is your sign. I'm a strength coach with Ehlers-Danlos and I run a course teaching people how to adapt strength training to the Ehlers-Danlos body. Exercise, and in particular strength training, is one of our most powerful tools to manage Ehlers-Danlos. However, the way that the fitness industry teaches it doesn't necessarily work best for the Ehlers-Danlos body. For example, a lot of people don't know how to adjust exercises for the hypermobile body to do it more safely. I've heard a lot of physios and strength coaches prescribe us high rep exercises when actually we tend to work better with lower reps. There's nobody out there teaching people with hypermobility that if you warm up the right way for exercise, it can significantly reduce your pain and symptoms during the session and get you better results out of your training. A lot of people with EDS and hypermobility have issues with certain muscles not activating properly. For example, chronically underactive glutes or abs or postural muscles. And a lot of people either just don't listen to this, they say, well, that can't be true, or they listen, but they don't know how to correct it properly for the hypermobile body. There are coaches out there pushing people with Ehlers-Danlos way too hard, but on the other hand, there are some medical people out there telling people with Ehlers-Danlos that they can never exercise ever. Like, how are we supposed to exist in the world if we can't move? And then there's adapting exercise for POTS, neck instability, head pressure, MCAS or mast cell activation syndrome, how to optimize training for the neurodivergent brain and all of those common comorbidities that come alongside Ehlers-Danlos. This is all stuff we cover in the course. It's a 16-week course. The price is $25 Australian per week, but if that's unaffordable, there are free and discounted spots available because accessibility is super important. The course starts tomorrow. That's why this is your sign. It includes a weekly live call, but if you can't make the live call, you can always watch the recording. You can ask questions during the call, and there's also a forum for you to ask questions and meet other people who take the course. I'll put the link on how to sign up in the description, and if you need a discounted spot, just get in contact with me. See you tomorrow.